Ever had a Hoegaarden? Beer snobs hate to admit it, but Hoegaarden played a major role, if not the starring role, in bringing the witbier style back to popularity here in the States. A witbier is a Belgian beer style, and it's made of wheat. It's spicy. If you've had a Hoegaarden, you might have guessed it's kind of lemony, zesty, a little bit sour. Not so much that it could be classified as a sour, but it's a very tasty, fruity sort of beer. And we're going to try one today from Weyerbacher, which is a very well-renowned brewery in Pennsylvania, and they brew all kinds of stuff, but they definitely are known for their Belgian style ales. So here's our beer. It's Weyerbacher White Sun Wit, or Vit, and it says that it's a Belgian style Vit ale brewed with coriander, orange peel, grains of paradise, and star anise. Those last two ingredients I think are very interesting. Not sure how common those are in this style, but the orange peel and coriander, I mean, they may or may not be adjuncts in this style of beer, but it's not too uncommon. It's going to give us that zingy, refreshing taste that we're looking for. We may also find a little bit of herbal earthiness, definitely some spices. When we pour this, we're going to want to see a very pale, what they call straw color, to a light gold, not medium, to a light gold. Probably it's going to be like yellow, and a big, fat, moosey white head is what we'll be looking for. So there it is, definitely true to style. We've got a pale straw color. It looks a little green on my phone, but it's more yellow than this. And I wouldn't say like a moussey, but the top is creamy and very tightly beaded white head. And the tight beads are a good sign of well-developed head formation. Always a plus. Right away, I'm definitely smelling the lemon zest and some bready yeast in the background, and some coriander. It's your typical aromatic bouquet for a wit beer. The flavor is really interesting. It's got that very light lactic sourness. The mouthfeel, absolutely effervescent. Let's get that out of the way. It's perfect. There's this, I wouldn't say pine, almost very faint peppery, like almost a white pepper aftertaste or element of the aftertaste. And there's this, it's so hard to describe. It's like an earthy, almost barnyard lemonade. And that sounds kind of terrible, and I have to say I'm not a huge fan of this yet, but let's see if it grows on me. So this particular wit beer is a little less sweet than you might find in some other versions of this style. Some have like a vanilla or honey character to them. This is more tart and zingy, and it definitely has more of this earthy hop flavor to it, which is not uncommon, but I think it has more of that in comparison to other styles. Definitely not my favorite. I think that it would be other people's glass of brew, but not mine. If you, I mean, I don't really love sweet beers, but I do kind of like my Belgians to have some sweetness to them. And this has, I think what's really throwing me off is that sort of white pepper taste that I'm getting. And I don't even think that's the right way to describe it, but it's like, it's a little astringent too. It's almost like white pepper over cereal grains. So, but cheers. Here's to Weyerbacher. Generally, I do like what they put out. Oh, and before I forget, just because I want to document this, because sometimes I use these videos to do my written ratings later. There is a mineral quality to this. I don't know if it's the water, but there's this sort of mineral water taste. So worth noting, it definitely creates more of this dryness to the mouthfeel, the aftertaste. Okay, and cheers for real now.